Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor's PA shot dead. His elder brother, Joel Ejiofor, driver, Papa, two others abducted and taken away with his own Camry car. Guys, as you know, we have been in the midst of an undeclared genocidal war, and this is just another, tactics that the Janjaweed and the elements have just employed, to continue the decimation of the Biafrans and ensure our total subjugations, and perhaps see if they can possibly stop the coming of Biafra. But then it is too late for them, and I can assure you that the Ipob has alerted the world, and they are very much on top of these very ugly incidents that just occurred this very early morning. Don't forget, they are killing us. And very soon, very imminently, we are going to kill them, as our leader has always told us, and after which Biafra will come. Please, before I bring you the news in details and the aftermath video done on the compound by an eyewitness, please, if this is your first time of coming across this very channel, do us a great favor, subscribe to this very channel, and Elohim will greatly bless you. Thank you for watching. Now, the International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law has again called Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor and received updates on the wee hour of this morning's invasion of his family house at Orifite by armed soldiers joined by police, DSS, and civil defense operatives. They had invaded and laid siege on his compound at about 2:30 a.m. and left around past 4 a.m. That's according to the narration of Emeka Umabalasi, the spokesperson and of course the Chief Executive Officer of the International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law, Inter-Society. He said the invading security operatives had jumped the perimeter fence of the compound after cutting its security cables and shot at different directions. The named security operatives had also, in their jihadist Fulani herdsmen-like invasion, stormed the scene with 15 Hilux vans and a native doctor, whose body was dotted with charms. These were disclosed by Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor's elder brother, Joel Ejiofor, who witnessed the attack. The respected human rights lawyer, who is also the principal attorney to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and several other groups and individuals, was unable to be tracked and abducted or instantly shot dead because he was hiding somewhere right inside his compound. However, the invading government security operatives did not spare the life of the lawyer's personal assistant, Samuel Ozo Okoro, aka Biggie, who was shot and killed inside the compound instantly. The late Samuel Okoro had woken up as a result of noises and gunshots to find out what was going on when soldiers shot and killed him instantly. Unable to locate the lawyer and having shot and killed his PA, Samuel Okoro, the soldiers now and others carried his corpse, and dumped same in the boot of the Camry belonging to the barrister himself, that is Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, and immediately ordered his chief driver, fondly called Papa or Elder, to drive the car and follow them with the cops. This is horrible. This is very, very horrible. Now, the invading government security operatives also abducted Barrister Ejiofor's elder brother, Joel Ejiofor, and the lawyer's two domestic, named Ugochukwu and Chikezie, and bundled them away. The lawyer's elder brother, Joel, was later pushed out of one of the Hilux vans at Ojoto, en route Oka, Anambra State, and he has since returned alive and unhurt. The invading soldiers and other security operatives were also discovered to have been mobilized from Abuja and Anambra State, including soldiers of the 302 Artillery Regiment, Onisha, and police, DSS, and civil defense operatives from Anambra State and their Abuja counterparts. This report is signed by Emeka Omabalasi, MSc, Board Chairman, Abdctd Udebunam. Yes, this is coming from the Inter-Society Organization and Rule of Law. In fact, the zoo itself and the elements can never stop at anything. They have vowed to do everything in order to assassinate some of the highly placed agitators, activists, lawyers, and some prominent people across the south, especially from Biafra land. But one thing is that they can never stop this agitation, and I cannot blame them because they already know that Biafra is here, and that is why they are doing all this, doing everything they can to see if they can stop it. But unfortunately, they are not going to do anything. They cannot do anything, They cannot do anything. Meanwhile, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has reacted to this very report that very early morning when this news broke up. Of course, he was contacted as it was going on, and in his tweet he said the world must put on notice that for the second time, the country home of Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor has been surrounded by Nigerian army and police, Nigerian police and DSS in a bid to assassinate him. It is imperative that this latest provocation is stopped. This is why they banned Twitter. Of course, this is one of the reasons they banned Twitter. I made a video a couple of days ago where I told us about the plans of the zoo to eliminate some of the enlisted people, some of the outspoken activists, agitators, prominent people, especially those who have been critical of the evil agendas of the, this Fulani-led federal government. They have been penned down for a possible assassination because they are seen as the major roadblock or the people that are actually feeding the Western world through their occasional, remarks that they do make on paper or social media. They are the ones responsible for alerting the whole world of the evils going on in Nigeria and of the plan of the federal government the plan of the Fulani-led federal government to Fulanize everybody and take over all our ancestral land. So, and that is why this is coming from them, and I'm not surprised if Ejiofor must have found themselves in that very list, but I assure them they will not succeed. They will not succeed. Of course, they are not going to succeed because Biafra is a spirit, and everybody who believes in Biafra will always win. At the end of the day, we shall win. I want to let you know that the leader of IPOB is very much on top of this. The leadership of IPOB is very much on top of this very situation. If you can observe, our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has gone underground for some days now, trying to put everything in place for a possible tangible defensive tactics mechanism that can be brought up to make sure that at least all these attacks are reduced to the barest minimum. Thank you guys for watching, and please do watch, subscribe to our channel, and may Elohim bless you. Let me allow you to listen to the video made right from the scene of the incident, right from the compound by an eyewitness or a family member. Thank you for watching.
Good morning, Biafrans all over the world. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Here is Orifite. This is Orifite, precisely, and this is early morning of Sunday morning. The Nigerian army, in their disguise, came into Orifite this morning to assassinate Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Unfortunately for them, the lion is still awake, and the worst part of it is that they didn't come through the gate. I want the whole world to know if this is the method of arrest, if not assassination, that a military personnel will come fence into a compound to adopt somebody. if they actually looking for Ifeanyi Ejiofor, they should come through the gate and make sure that they arrest him normally. What they did this morning was to jump fence as early as 3:30 this early morning. They jumped fence and entered into this compound. Everybody is asleep. They adopted all the securities within the neighborhood, including one of his senior brother, and they shot one of the security that is here and put his body on a boot and drove away to an unknown destination. As I speak with you, they took Barrister Scar, Essiana or Camry, and dumped the body of the one they shot into the boot and drove off. I want to let the world know what is going on here today in Oraifite. And I believe that if question is put across to the governor of the state, he will actually come and say that he doesn't know about it. Yes, he may not know about it, but time shall tell. This is how the Fulani is toiling on their brain. In a place where the executive governor of the state will not know that an order has been set from Abuja to arrest in his own state. But here we are. This is exactly what happened. I'll be bringing you a live witness to what happened here this morning, early this morning. And I want also to thank Chukwu Okabiama that our barrister is still alive. Their target was to come and assassinate him so that he will no longer speak for the downtrodden. He will no longer speak for those that has no voice. That is exactly what happened here this morning. They took 4 security men away from this place, shot one dead and put him on the boot and drove away. As I speak with you, till this moment, they are still not, there is no record about their whereabouts. Biafran, this is what is happening here in Omambala, Biafran land, or Oraifite precisely. The enemies of Biafrans are trying, but I tell you, they will surely fail. No one will challenge Okabiama and live to see tomorrow. But we want to let the Nigerian government to know that the method they used to assassinate Barrister Ejiofor this morning did not work for them. The gate was still intact.